Hello world, I'm Milo. I've been a designer for over 26 years now, and I've created and produced clothing that has been sold at major retail and department stores worldwide. For me, creating is life. I love to create. If I didn't create, I don't know what I would be doing. Where I'm from, you had your choice. You could either be a gangster or other. The other for us was art, and for us, that was what energized us. I'm a product of the 80s. So back then, cartoons, comics, freaking greatest thing I've ever seen for me. Robotech, He-Man, Transformers, Voltron, these are cartoons that just like, what is going on? Every Saturday morning, I couldn't wait to wake up and watch some cartoons. For me personally, cartoons and comics tested one's imagination. I loved anime growing up. Dragon Ball was just the greatest thing. This little kid doing all these freaking kung fu moves. That was the best. That's why to this day, there's still a success story. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Super. Just give me it all. I had several influences in my life, and thankfully my brothers introduced me to everything. They got me into surfing, they got me into skating, they got me into graffiti art, they got me into music. Those are the ingredients that made me. I was a DJ, turntablist. I used to get on the turntables and freak those things like it was a musical instrument. I trip out because those things that I grew up with in the 80s are now relevant to this day. And they're trending, they're popular. And all these little kids, all these millennials, they think it's the greatest thing. And I dig that. Right now, everything is so saturated, but back then, everything was well thought out and actually created. So it was brand new, something new for all of us to witness. And I got to grow up and stuff like that. G-Rock, AKA Glen Rock, and my brother George Jones, they're the ones that pretty much taught me how to be the artist that I am now. They taught me how to create. And back then, we didn't have Adobe Illustrator. We didn't have all these new computer tools that we have nowadays. We had pen. We had paper. We had a marker. Silk screening was even done different back then with Ruby Red. It was just night and day to the technology that we have nowadays. And I trip out because we could utilize everything that we grew up with and pretty much like put it in together with what would be relevant now. I first met Black when I was like 12 or 13. My cousin Conrad actually worked with them at this place called Good Guys. And then later on down the road, as I was DJing, on my off night, I get out of the car, I look, I'm like, oh snaps. Yo, what up, Black? It was just love all over again. Black was telling me like, yo dog, we're about to do this DC video, me and this one skater, where I'm gonna be his bodyguard. And that was like the greatest thing. The video was for another skater, to highlight another skater. But in my personal opinion, Beardeck and Black, they stole the show. Fast forward, Black introduced the BB brand, and I got to help with that. It's been one of the best things I've got to experience. I gotta thank Black for giving me the keys to his brand and help introduce it to the world. I love to create. Creating is everything for me. And I'll keep on creating until I can't create no more.